That's what I... Until you all can beat Ohio State, I don't believe your ranking. You know what you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be a dick
the Saturday after Thanksgiving, just watch. This team is motivated right now. They are clicking. Nothing needs to be said about the defense because the defense is that. I'll talk more about it in the show.
I had a buddy of mine say that because he posted up the ranking and said, "Look, Michigan." Blah, blah, blah. And I said the same thing I told you. I go, until you guys can beat Ohio State, I have no faith in Michigan. And he goes, I hope you guys make the playoffs and we have to play you. And I'm like, you don't want that. Because where
I'll tell you what, Notre Dame's gonna.
We have an offense and a defense.
Our offense is clicking right now.
And we've already beaten Jarrett Stidham once. Or not Stidham, whatever the fuck his name is. Whoever your quarterback is. We beat him when he was at Ole Miss.
Shea Patterson. Ole Miss, Michigan. The Pistons game started early tonight. It doesn't matter because Notre Dame is going to lose to Syracuse anyway. And that's how you guys get in.
I think if Auburn beats Alabama, and then 1 week later we go in and beat Alabama, Alabama's out. You can't put them.
If Alabama has one loss there, and I've already come to that, so.
And that's the shitty thing, because Georgia could be 2, Georgia could be 2, Alabama could be 1. If Alabama beat Georgia in the SEC title game, if that was the rankings, we'd be fucked. We'd be out.
Yeah.
And it's bullshit.
That's why everybody's hoping for Alabama to win out, besides you.
I'm just saying, I like the way the Dogs look. After that loss at LSU, it's like they woke us up.
The loss after Notre Dame woke us up.
And I just... Fucking Notre Dame. To be in there. They set their own schedule, first of all. They don't play a conference championship game, so everyone else has to play one more game than they do.
Yep.
It's such horse shit.
It is.
Oh, guess what movie's on?
What's that? Yeah, Caddyshack. I had it on. I was watching it for a minute. Until they skip out all the good shit. They skip out the good part.
Oh, did you see this?
Ah, nice. Nice shirt.
That's the Kansas one.
The Kansas one? Nice.
With the Mountain Dew car.
Mm-hmm. My favorite car.
No.
Did you do a show sheet?
Yeah, it's 5 pages long.
Is it really? Holy shit.
A lot of them are a lot of them combine in with other things though, so.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure I hit those points when I talk about something, you know.
So the trucks were at Martinsville and then Texas last week. So we just have to do a quick thing on the trucks. That's right, Peter. Oh no, it's Talladega. Let's say Solderborn.
And I have a hot take.
What's that?
Kevin Harvick does not make it to Homestead.
You're gonna say that now because of the penalty?
Yep. And no Ronnie Childers this weekend?
Yeah, Gibson's filling in. Or Yuri, one of the two.
Yuri? He doesn't work for Stuart Haas, does he?
No, it's Gibson. It's Gibson.
No.
Yeah, I say for the truck Martinsville race, do a quick recap like, hey, stage winners, Thor, knock it off. The stage winners, do a, because I don't really remember the truck race from Martinsville. That was the Michigan State game.
No.
It's okay. Duke's winning the national championship, so.
My good old Duke Blue Devils.
Mm-hmm.
That's the basketball team I always cheer for, and I've told you why.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
Coach K, baby.
What time is it? 22. Trying to get settled into this. Oh, this seat is so couches.
What's that?
This couch I'm in is so uncomfortable.
What are you sinking into the seat?
Yeah, we need a new couch.
That's when the couch is broken in.
Yeah, it's hard on the back. Did you listen to the PETM podcast today?
I did not.
All right. They had an interview with Custer that's really good. Do I surround? I don't know if the light would be good. Going up. What was that for?
What?
What was that for?
Oh, nothing. I'm just really close to the mic while I'm sharing.
So you fell off a ladder, eh?
The second time. I didn't fall off it, though.
Okay.
I was just dangling, holding on to something because the ladder fell.
I gotcha.
Yeah, done fucked up.
Nice. I'm going to piss real quick and then try to get this chair right. So, missed an easy bunny. I don't believe that.
Why is it that this fails to send to every time?
I'm going to have to pee before I record. Alright, I'll just use the bathroom downstairs. trying to think how I want to use that chart. That's right from the region. Figure.
What the hell is going on?
All right, cool. Oh, excuse me.
One minute to showtime.
Oh, I made it back just in time.
We're actually getting started by 7:30, and I'm shocked.
Yeah, no shit. So, do you have any rants?
I'm gonna tie in off of yours.
Okay. I have a rant / 2 questions. Cincinnati's basketball team sucks.
I don't get why my phone is being such a pain in the ass lately. And it's not the phone, it's the service. Thanks, Tony. Oh, man. What the hell is going on with my phone?
I can't hear you.
Sounds like a personal problem. I don't know why you were muted.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you at all. You're like...
I just don't get why my phone's acting like such an ass lately.
Never good. Oh, cool. Jeopardy teen tournament. Ooh, sports abbreviations.
Yes, iPhone is being an ass. All right, here we go.
Let's go.
As I try to pull up everything again. Here we go.
If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 47 of the Lugs podcast. I'm your host, AJ. With me, as always, is my co-host, Ryan. Ryan, we have a lot to go over from these last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we do, man. Hope everybody enjoyed their last 2 weeks of some good old-fashioned NASCAR racing. For the most part, I did. There's a couple beefs that I got to get off the chest here. Wearing my representing Dale Jr. still, but yeah, I got a lot to get off my chest. But man, I can't tell you how proud I am of my college football team more than my pro team. Ranked 4th right now in the standings, going to East Lansing, beat the Spartans, and last weekend totally dominate Penn State and Chase McSorley. Loved every minute. I know you're pretty proud of your Bulldogs there.
Oh, yeah.
Nice, impressive win this past weekend over Kentucky. Going to another SEC championship game.
I'm trying to figure out my mic situation because I see in chat that my mic is all messed up. So keep going, Ryan. How was your weekend?
Oh, yeah. Other than that, my weekend was good. We got some more stuff for the baby. We got a dresser, changing table, a crib. Saturday before the game, we went and registered for the baby shower. Strollers, diapers, clothes, mats, you name it, the whole 9 yards. Couple toys like that. I mean, granted, yeah, not right when they're first born, obviously, but later on down the road, we got a lot of stuff like that as well. So, it was a pretty good weekend until Sunday. Then I watched the what they like to do to us, the Detroit Lions. Watching the game Sunday, and I'll say it right now on the podcast, I will not be surprised if the Detroit Lions never, ever win a Super Bowl in my lifetime. I know they're trying to get the pieces there right now, but watching the game Sunday, it's a joke.
Yeah, I still don't think Michigan's all that there. And then Detroit too. I can't give Michigan any credit until they finally beat Ohio State, like I told you. I hope my mic is better. I tried unplugging it and plug it back in. I'm going to let Tony here in the chat let me know if it's good or not.
Oh, yeah, I'm not even in the chat right now.
So I apologize for the first 30 seconds of me sounding like a robot.
And Tony can agree with me. I said it last week after Penn State. Bring on the pansy-ass bitches, Ohio State, right now.
Careful what you wish for. That's all I'm saying. Y'all say it every year, and it's the same result every time. Harbaugh shits his khakis when you go up against Ohio State.
Ohio State looks weak. Michigan State's going to beat Ohio State this weekend anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. This is where Ohio State
Tony
makes
said
that
much
run.
better.
This is where Ohio State makes that run where everyone talks about them being a playoff contender again.
Oh, so they go beat their wives and everything?
Yeah, okay.
Urban fakes having another health scare.
Dub goes Ohio State going to bend MU over like a stepdaddy does a hot stepdaughter. Oh my god, this show is taking a turn for the worse, and we're about 45 seconds in.
About 5 minutes, maybe.
Oh no. So yeah, right. We missed. In the time we've been gone, we missed a race at Martinsville, a race at Texas. We missed Halloween.
Yeah.
We missed the end of the World Series. We missed election night was last night.
Marijuana got legalized in Michigan.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even have to vote. Woo!
You never vote.
No, exactly. I never vote.
But regardless, man, we're back. This is going to be...
Yes, we are.
This episode's going to be pretty much like a crash course, all right? We're going to do like a quick...
So like Danica's driving style is what you're trying to tell the listeners at home.
We're going to hit a quick truck series and Xfinity series. We did have drama in both series, and we're going to get into that a little bit more in depth. But as for normal, our show wasn't going to be as in-depth as normal in those two series. We got a big news out of Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series this week. It's a lot. There's a lot to go over.
Exactly. It's a rant-filled, quick trucks Xfinity, like you said, and then diving into that Monster Energy Cup Series, like you said, took a big turn today.
A very big turn that can have dramatic effects on the playoffs for the rest of the year. But before I dive into NASCAR-related things, we saw who the true GOAT was this weekend on Sunday night.
Yeah, we did, yep.
And once again, Aaron Rodgers shows that he can't play big-time opponents.
No, your quarterback, he came through in the clutch like he always does. And Green Bay driving down, Aaron Jones fumbles the football. Green Bay had all the momentum. After that, New England took over. It's like, okay, you guys messed up. We're taking the ball, shoving it down your throats. They did. They won the game. If it's not for Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay may be winless right now this year.
Dub just said throw that stat for the Rodgers fans. You know Aaron Rodgers is now 1-37 when trailing in the fourth quarter to teams that are above 500.
Really? Huh. So, interesting.
So, and I also want to know when Rodgers jumped over Montana and Manning in the greatest of all time conversation.
I have no idea.
Anyway.
Oh, the real GOAT. Yeah, Breeze played good. You're right.
Yeah, whatever. Breeze is going to retire next season or this season after 1 of 2.
Exactly. You do sound kind of deep tonight.
Anyway.
I'm just telling you. No, like your voice is like deeper than normal.
Brian, we have some gas and go we have to dive into because we have 5 races to go over from this past week, from the past 2 weeks. We say we dive into it and go over.
All right.
There it is. All right, so we had the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. First off, they took place in Martinsville. And Johnny Sauter takes advantage of a late restart to take the lead from Myatt Snyder en route to punching his ticket to Miami.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hear you there for a few moments, but yeah, Sauter, Moffitt, the two I picked in the 4, or 2 of the 4 are going to be there. And we were both wrong about Justin Haley, by the way.
We haven't got there yet, but
I know, but yes. That was Texas one. Oh, my fault. Oops, skipped ahead. Woo!
So Johnny Sauter is on pace to win his 2nd championship in 3 years, which is huge for GMS. Last season, they could have won it, but I just think Christopher Bell was too much to handle there towards late in the year. That truck was on rails through the final 4 races of last season. But a bigger story to me that came out of this race, besides Johnny Sauter making it to Miami, is Brett Moffitt. We said it before the playoffs started that Brett Moffitt was really that sleeper. Not so much that sleeper, but the guy who really has nothing to lose in these playoffs, and it looks like at this point he's going to be in for the championship 4.
I picked him in the championship too.
That's right, you did pick him, didn't you?
I picked him right after the race he won at Michigan when he passed Sauter. I said it then in August. I said it in August that he was going to win the title.
So Sauter just was so dominant in this race. Swept all 3 stages. There really wasn't anyone holding a candlestick to that Allegiant Air truck this week, or 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Yep.
Kyle Benjamin, Ryan, his 2nd Truck Series start, his 2nd top 5.
Yeah, hopefully he gets a full-time ride next year. See what he can do. Like you said, another top 5 and only his 2nd start.
2 races,
pretty
2
impressive.
top 5s.
pretty impressive.
And honestly, for Martinsville, that's all I had. Like I said, we're going to keep this quick this week. We're just going to hit the highlight points. So your top 5, Johnny Sauter, Brett Moffitt, Myatt Snyder, Ben Rhodes, and Kyle Benjamin. Moving on to Texas, Ryan, this is where we really screwed up our entire playoff projection.
For I think we did that week
series.
I think we did that week 1 after he won at Canada.
Once again, Justin Haley keeps proving us wrong, and he wins at Texas. But I gotta say, he wouldn't have won this race if it weren't for Todd Gilliland running out of fuel on the final lap.
Yeah, I mean, they thought they had enough fuel in the car because I had switched over, and I'm like, oh, shoot, the truck race is on, and I'm watching. 2 to go. Oh, cool. Watched the final 2 laps. Gillen had a nice lead, and I seen the tickers. It's like, Haley's catching them. Bam! Runs out of gas, passes him. I'm like, oh, AJ and I were wrong again.
If there's one word you could use to describe Todd Gilliland's 2018 season, what would it be?
What, Justin or Todd Gilliland?
Yes.
So close, but yet so far away.
I put heartbreaking down.
Okay. I'm keeping it PG here.
Does it not feel? And I know this is in way different, like a much bigger race to win was the Daytona 500. But does this not feel like Dale Earnhardt trying to win the Daytona 500? It's just Todd Gilliland trying to win a truck race.
A little bit.
How close did he come without winning it?
Exactly. The kid can drive a hell out of that damn car, but he just can't close the deal, so to speak.
It's kind of
he's like that.
It's like a Chase Elliott in the Cup Series.
Yep.
So close so many times.
Or that team in baseball where you got a great offense, you got a good starting pitching, but you don't have a bullpen or a closer.
Who are the LA Dodgers, Alex?
Hey, that was good. Correct.
Fantastic. This makes
now doing Jeopardy. 2 weeks off, nice.
With Justin Haley winning, Ryan, this puts 2 GMS racing trucks in the championship 4. They're really building a powerhouse over there.
Yes, they are. How long before GMS moves up to the levels in NASCAR?
Before the what? It cut out on that one.
How long do you think GMS before they move up to the bigger series in NASCAR?
It could be next year.
Mm-hmm.
You look at a couple guys who don't have rides yet. Daniel Suarez being one of them. Kurt Busch not announcing where he's going yet. It could be next year. It'd be as good of a time as any.
Jamie McMurray, you got a lot of the kids in the Xfinity Series, like a Cole Custer, a Justin Allgaier who probably wants to get back in a Cup ride, maybe. The door's wide open.
We're going to get into some Carl Edwards talk because you said that.
All right. Oh, yeah, he had an interview in Texas.
Yeah, he had a little bit of an interview this weekend.
Just a little one.
Your stage winners in this one, Ryan. First stage, Justin Haley. Second stage, Myatt Snyder. And third stage, Justin Haley. Your top 5, Justin Haley, Ben Rhodes, Brett Moffitt. Brett Moffitt, again, top 3. Todd Gilliland and Austin Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Your standings following Texas and heading into the final race of the round of 6 is Johnny Sauter, Justin Haley, Brett Moffitt, Noah Gragson, and your 2 out are Grant Enfinger and Matt Crafton. Ryan, does Gragson advance, or does Enfinger and Crafton capitalize?
Gragson advances.
I'm just going to get it out of the way now, even though it's not the white flag segment yet, but I'm picking Gragson to win at ISM.
Oh, all right. I'm picking Brett Moffitt then.
Didn't they race there earlier this year and Moffitt won that one?
I don't know if the trucks have... I think the trucks ran there.
I'd have to go like 3 books ago to find that info.
Yeah.
So your next race, as I mentioned, is ISM, which is formerly known as Phoenix, this Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
A redesigned ISM.
That's correct.
With the new start-finish line, too.
It's the first race on this track layout.
I'm excited for it, actually. I mean, I like their old configuration, but this may add that extra because they always shoot down below the white line there.
I think that's what to races when I see the track layout.
I am too. I think it's going to be provide a lot of excitement for the viewers at home and at the Speedway, of course.
Yeah, I'd agree with you on that one. I think this is going to be a very interesting way to end the playoffs. I say end the playoffs because after this it's a championship race. It's really no more playoffs. It's finish higher than the other four guys or the other three guys, and you win the title. So
exactly,
it's going to be an interesting way to cap off an elimination round.
Mm-hmm.
It's another wild card.
It is a wild card.
Moving on to the Xfinity Series, Ryan, they were at Texas last weekend. They did not race the week before.
At Martinsville, yep.
Man, we had an upset here. Cole Custer pulls up the huge upset, winning at Texas. Comes with a last lap pass on Tyler Reddick, his first win of 2018. Punches his playoff ticket to Miami. And I got to say, Miami, the place where Cole Custer got his first win last season, his one only win. This couldn't shape up any better for him.
I know, especially if they use that same car that they did last year at Miami, he may win the whole thing now. The momentum. Go ahead.
I was going to say he very well could.
And the best part about this finish on Saturday is yes, both Custer and Reddick made contact with each other, and Custer got by. Reddick was not upset at all in his interview. Did you hear his interview after the race by chance?
I did not. I missed the Xfinity race.
All right. Yeah, I caught the tail end of it because I think it was at halftime of the Wolverine game. No, it was later on. The Wolverine game was over, and I caught the last 10 laps. But no, it was a great pass. Yes, there was some beating and banging. That's racing right there. There we go again. Thank you. Yep. And due to the fact that Reddick's interview was like, we made contact there, but hey, that was a great finish for the fans. Holy cow.
There's some news with Reddick that I did not put in this show.
What's that?
He's moving to a different team.
Yeah, he is. I don't know. It's in the Xfinity Series too, I thought.
It is in the Xfinity Series, and I'm trying to remember who it was.
It wasn't Gibbs, is it?
Man, I don't think so. And now I'm going to have to look it up because when I was reading Tyler Reddick's name, I thought about it.
Yep. And like I said, there was a lot of cautions in this race, AJ, by the way.
RCR.
So I know you're
next year.
Oh, yep. So, who fills the 9th seat in the Xfinity Series for Junior Motorsports?
Could be a couple young drivers. You got guys like, Noah Gregson coming up.
He's already in the one car, which is going to be, I like that.
Oh, that's right. Gregson's going to be in the one.
Yep.
Did I see that there's a potential for Christopher Bell to be changing teams next year?
I heard something about that, too. I'm not going to read too much into it until it happens. Like we've said on the past episodes here on the Loose Lugs podcast, man, you talk about a silly season we're going to have. 2018 going into 2019 is going to be one crazy year.
What about Austin Cindric?
I could see that.
John Hunter,
what about Trevor Bain?
Ross Chastain.
Trevor Bain.
You got ARCA drivers. I saw Natalie Decker's name pop up, which I don't think she's going to go to Xfinity Series this early, but
she should go to truck.
I think if she goes anywhere, I think it should be truck first.
I think her and Haley Deegan are going to both be in the truck series before you know it.
And Haley Deegan's another good young driver.
Yes, she is. She won a K&N race too, so
first female ever win one,
a couple months ago. Female to ever win a K&N E Series race.
So Ryan, I think there's a driver that we're overlooking what they said last weekend.
Carl Edwards?
I think Carl Edwards could be anytime you see an open seat rumor, your mind automatically goes to Carl Edwards.
Well, didn't he say something? He wants to run, but he doesn't want to run a full season?
What about Matt Kenseth
Why
and
not?
Greg Biffle?
Yeah, where have those guys been? I know Kenseth said he's not done, and they got Ryan Newman in the 6 car. They might put these guys in the Xfinity Series. Look at Elliott Sadler. He went down to the Xfinity Series. He seems to be doing all right down there.
His last season, too.
Why not? Yep.
His last season. So,
but watch out for the 9 for Trevor Bayne. I'm thinking.
So, continue with this race, Ryan. Christopher Bell has gone from the tippy top of the mountain to falling right off it.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
He's gone from comfortably in the Championship 4 to a must-win situation to be in the Championship 4.
I think Allgaier's in the same boat, isn't he?
Allgaier, I think, is only 17 points out, which is doable on points.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yes.
You know, you get a couple stage wins, and...
Yep.
I just... It's going to be a wacky race at Phoenix this weekend.
Yeah, what is that, a Saturday afternoon race?
That is. Hey, did you see in this race Jeff Green was in it? That's been a long time since I've seen Jeff Green's name on a leaderboard.
He's been he runs a couple here or there. He normally starts in parks, so. But yeah, Jeff Green, man. Oh man, there's a name.
Drive the old Wolf car in the Nationwide Series or Busch Series at the time.
It might have him or David, one of the two. Because it was Jeff Green and David Green.
I just always, every time I hear Jeff Green's name, I either think about his run in the AOL car for the longest or for the short period of time. And I thought he was in the Wolf car too.
Yeah, what was it? It was, I think it's Jeff Green's picture. Like his picture's like the photo. He's like, I don't think he knew they were taking the picture, and his reaction's just like, hey. But yeah, this Texas race, man, they for the Xfinity had a lot of cautions.
It was Jeff Green in the 37 Wolf.
Oh, was it?
Yep, sure was. I think it was a Pontiac too.
Oh wow, there's a blast from the past.
Yeah, it was a Pontiac. Yep, I just looked up the car. Sure, it was a Pontiac.
Yeah, blast from the past.
Your stage winners in this one, Ryan.
Yep.
Daniel Hemrick, Cole Custer, and Cole Custer. Your top 5, Cole Custer, Tyler Reddick, Austin Cindric, John Hunter Nemechek, and Justin Allgaier. Your standings, Cole Custer, Tyler Reddick, Elliott Sadler, Daniel Hemrick. Those 4 are in at this point. Your 4 that are out, Justin Allgaier, Matt Tiff, Christopher Bell, and Austin Cindric. I think if anyone gets in out of those 4 at this point, it's either going to be Allgaier or Bell, but Bell would have to win the race to get in. Yep.
I think Allgaier gets in, so.
I think he does too, but we're going to find out this weekend, ISM Raceway this Saturday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC.
Wow, not SN, NBC. How about that?
And it's amazing because I believe the championship race is on NBCSN.
For the Xfinity Series?
For the Xfinity Series.
I can double check real quick. I'm at the schedule right now.
It makes a whole ton of sense.
All right. Yep, NBCS at 3:30.
Makes a whole boatload of sense.
Yep, Notre Dame must have a home football game that Saturday.
No kidding. And Ryan.
Oh, yeah, man. Yep.
We are at the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. This is where we're going to dive in on this. First, we had Martinsville, which was nothing short of dramatic at the end. Although it started off as a race that the first 400 laps, it just didn't seem like Martinsville.
No, it did not. Not at all.
For the longest time, I'm watching that race going, this isn't like the recent Martinsville races. This is kind of lacking, the battles on the track and all that.
And then the last 100 laps, bam.
It turned it up to 11 is what happened.
Yep. Somebody led the match.
So Joey Logano wins in dramatic fashion, bumping and banging with Martin Truex Jr. to the finish line to clinch a spot in the championship for Ryan. My question for you, and I know this is going to send you on your first rant, was it a dirty move?
I'm going to be blunt as possible. No, it was not dirty. I wanted to say a little bit more because there was watching the race and hearing Truex's interview after the race. Understand he's mad, he's angry, and everything like that. It's racing. Rubbing is racing. We've all said it numerous times. Joey Logano did nothing wrong. Joey Logano is doing what a race car driver is supposed to do. Go out there and win the damn race. Martin Truex Jr. had numerous opportunities to put the bumper to the 22 car, and he never, ever did it. There's no rules in any rule book saying, I have to be nice and pass this guy. I got to do it the clean way. I have to do it the right way.
You know, I don't know if this quote was from this week or last week, but Truex did say that all of his wins he's earned.
I think it was probably last week.
You know, I got two problems with why Truex was bad. First off, wouldn't he have done the same thing if he was in the same position? In fact,
yes.
My second point, let's rewind 3 to 4 laps before when he kind of did the same thing to Logano.
Yeah, he had him a couple times with the
tire
bumper.
to the fender, the tire to the door, set him up the track a little bit. You race how you want to be raced.
Exactly.
It's Martinsville. It's a short track. You're going to get bumped out of the way.
Exactly. Put the bumper to him. Get the win. Get into the playoffs. Get in the championship 4. And that was the best part about Logano's interview, because he had stopped on the backstretch because Martinsville doesn't have a victory lane there. They do it right on the front stretch so all the fans can see, which I think is a great idea. Stops on the backstretch. He gets out, and then, there's people booing. There's some people cheering. And he's like, they asked, I think it was Rutledge interviewed him. He's like, what did you think? He's like, it's all about Miami. It's all about Miami. He's right.
I think it was very smart that Logano stops on the backstretch.
Guess who's going to Miami? Guess who's going to Miami?
Logano's going to Miami, and the post-race comments by Truex got me. He won't win the championship. What are you going to do? Go blatantly out there if you're in the playoff hunt in Miami, the championship hunt in Miami? Are you going to blatantly go wreck him like Kenseth did at Martinsville?
Yeah, exactly.
Ruin your chances too? Come on now. You're talking like someone who's not even in it, who wasn't even in the playoffs to begin with.
Yep. And and everybody knows there was an incident, but here's a question I have to ask you, and I'll wait till after the Texas because something similar like that happened at Texas.
I know what you're talking about with that. I don't think it was a dirty move. You don't think it was a dirty move. But
no, neither of them were. It's hard racing.
I think one thing we need to look at is that this is one of the most entertaining finishes of this season. And it seems like this playoff race at Martinsville every season turns out to be one of the best finishes we have of the season. And
I wish they could do it. Make this an elimination race. This Martinsville race an elimination race. Yep, elimination night race. That would be awesome to see. Yep.
You want to say it's like short track Saturday night style? Well, then make it short track Saturday night style. Put it on a Saturday night.
Yep.
Under the lights.
Run the Xfinity cars if they're racing that weekend, or the trucks. Run them Sunday afternoon. Have the Xfinity cars go, or the Cup cars, Saturday night there. That would be awesome as hell to see.
Yep, I'm right there.
But like I said, it was not a dirty move. You do what it takes to win the races. I've seen, and I know you've seen drivers too. What was it? Rusty Wallace, Jeff Gordon at Bristol. There's the Martinsville they've banged. Kyle Busch to Dale Jr. at Richmond. I hate that still. But look, Busch did what he did to need to win. Excuse me.
I agree with you. Ryan, I agree with you. So we had a rough day here for Clint Boyer.
Yes. Yeah, we've had a couple
rough weekends for Clint Boyer in a row. But the strangest event I thought of the day was the Timmy Hill fire.
Oh, yes, good old Timmy.
He's putting that old DW scheme to good use. Flames on the car. Flames literally on the car.
Man, another bad day, too, for William Byron, by the way, at Martinsville. 39th.
You're hoping Chad's going to change it, but...
Oh, yes, he will.
And I might get hate for it, but I think he's been a dud this season. This season, Byron's been a dud.
I'm the crew chief.
I don't know. We'll find out next season. Because Jimmy ain't been doing too much better either.
No, you remember, too, still a new car. And now if we get the new car with the new package.
What happens if Jimmy Johnson next year has better finishes, like an average finishing position than Byron?
Well, it may happen, it may not.
I think... I just don't know if Byron... I think Byron might have been called up too quickly.
I don't think so. I think he'll be all right.
Where am I on this list here?
We talked about the finish.
When I
on fire.
After every race, I go through when I'm making the show sheet out and I watch the highlights of it just to see if there's anything that I missed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I started watching today when I was filling out the show sheet. It was the spring race at Martinsville, and I got about 30 to 45 seconds in, and I'm like, "This isn't the same race."
It was probably the Monday race where they had to run it because of the snow.
One.
Yep. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't have a better finish that race. Winning the spring race to where did he finish?
He had some troubles though.
Yeah, to the 21st.
But we had great battles, I thought, Ryan, at the end. You were saying 100 laps to go was when it really picked up. But the best battle on track, besides the 78 and 22, it included the 22. It was the 22 and the 2.
Yes, it was.
And I really thought Keselowski was going to start blocking there at the end so no one could get to Logano.
Yeah, I thought so, too. I mean... I thought, Brad's out of the playoff contention. You'd figure a teammate would help a teammate out. No, Brad's going out there. He wants to win for his sponsor, his fans, the team. I mean, he was doing what he needs to do right there. And those guys beat and bang too.
Yeah, they were there for a little bit. You're right. Yep. I remember that now. I would say Martinsville was a solid race. It took 400 laps to make it a solid race.
It did.
But overall, I thought it was a very entertaining race, especially considering the drama for the playoffs.
Exactly. And like you said earlier on the recap, Martinsville always does that this race. This playoff race. Always a great finish.
Entertaining.
Yep. A lot of controversy, too.
Your stage winners in this one, Ryan. First stage, Denny Hamlin. Second stage, Joey Logano. And your race winner was Joey Logano. Your top 5, Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, and Brad Keselowski. Moving on.
By the way, I want to say something, too. Good run for the 11 fans, by the way. I know they haven't had much to cheer.
Yeah, they haven't had much to cheer about this season.
No. So,
but I think, considering last weekend, don't they have back-to-back top? No, they don't have back-to-back top 5s. I thought they had back-to-back top 5.
No, he had a bad race to Texas. So, or are you talking about Talladega?
I might have been thinking about Talladega.
I got you.
So, Ryan, moving on to Texas from last weekend, Kevin Harvick does what Kevin Harvick does. Completely dominates his way into the Final Four in Miami. But,
go ahead.
As my favorite college game day host always likes to say,
wait, there's more?
Not so fast. And you got to do it just like Lee Corso would. Not so fast.
Oh, yeah. How he always hypes everybody up.
Yeah.
How he
fans.
Oh, especially this past Saturday, he hyped up LSU. LSU's going to come in and dominate. LSU's going to come in.
LSU's going to come in and dominate as he looks back towards the fans.
Yep.
LSU's riding the hot hand. LSU's in the playoffs. Not so fast. Give me that Alabama head.
Yep. He did the same thing when game day was here for the Michigan-Wisconsin game, hyping up Harbaugh and, the defense. Wait, not so fast. And then he got the Badger hat on and got bombarded with boos and, did the little wave. Yeah, it's okay. We had last laugh.
I love what he said because game day was at Jacksonville for the Georgia-Florida game 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he goes, all I hear about whenever I'm at a game day with Georgia and their fans, please, Corso, don't pick the Bulldogs. Every time you put that head on, we lose. Give me that Gator head. And he puts on the Gator head.
Nice. So, all right, back to what we were talking about.
Ryan, not so fast. It's an L1 penalty for Kevin Harvick and the Ford team, meaning the crew chief, Ronnie Childers, is suspended. Their spoiler height wasn't within the limits. He loses points, so many points actually, that he's now 4th in the playoff standings, only 3 points above the cutoff line, and his win is taken away, as in points awarded to go into the next round of the playoffs, the Final Four, Championship 4. That is huge. Huge.
Yes, it was. I mean, you sent me this on, I think it was on my Facebook page, that with the win, Chase Elliott was 38 points out, and now he's only 17 points out because of this.
Chase Elliott thought he was in a must-win situation. Technically, not so much anymore.
Exactly.
Harvick is still in the next round if he finishes second. If he finishes second, he's in.
I mean, he does run good. He does run good at Phoenix. I mean, the new layout shouldn't matter that much different, I don't think.
But man, if he has a problem early on at Phoenix, it's over.
Look out.
It's over. This is huge. It's absolutely huge.
Yeah, because I'm on Facebook at break, and I see it. I'm like, oh, shoot, I got to send that to AJ. And then we found out more now. Like you said, he's now 4th in standings, only 3 points above the cutout line. He had the best car. Well, we obviously know why he had the best car now.
You know who's celebrating the most? Martin
Truex Jr. The guys that were, that. Who else would be? Yep. Oh, my brother just walked by. He says you can always have the best car when you're cheating. But yeah, I was going to say something. Like the guys, like you said, who I need to get to the standings real quick here because I know it's obviously you got Logano.
Kurt Busch is the first out.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, them guys right there, right now, are licking their chops. They're like, okay. Hungry. Yeah, exactly. You got, hold on, let me get a drink here. I'm just fighting a fall cold with a little sore throat, but a lot of fluids, a lot of everything. But you got to think, if you're Kurt Busch right now, you're only 3 points down. Chase Elliott, maybe even Clint Boyer at this point. Who knows? I mean,
Boyer has to win. Boyer, no.
Yeah, I know he has to win, but who's the other guy? Almirola. He may have needed to get finished. So I say anywhere from 5 to 7 right now. Them guys are licking their chops. Good finish. Get stage points. We can point our way in. Go ahead.
Oh, man.
Tongue twister.
No, that's pretty much the best way you could put it is that Ford team could be screwed.
Oh, yeah.
And that's unfortunate because you've had the best cars all season long. Most wins, most points. Yep. And all because, you tried to get away with something. And let's face it, it's not like they didn't know it was it wasn't within the limits. You try to gain every edge you can.
Exactly.
And you just got caught.
I'm trying to find that thing you sent me earlier with the points. I can't remember if you sent that on Facebook or was it in the Messenger?
I sent it to you on Facebook when you told me about it.
Yeah.
And I had said, with that penalty, Harvick is now 4th, only 3 points above the cut line. Chase Elliott only 17 back.
Yeah, but prior to that, with the Harvick win, Chase Elliott was like
35 points or something like that out.
And this is what I want to. This is what another thing I want to dive into right now. Yes, the regular season wins have to mean something. Stage points, okay, they can mean something. But you got to think your final 8 and the guy who's in 6th place was in a must-win situation prior to the L1 penalty for Harvick. They would have to win at Phoenix. I think they need to do a little adjustment to the points. I think from the final 8 on. Excuse me.
I like to see something tossed around a little bit. You know, I like to see something get kicked around. I like to get kicked around, as in, like, I want to see rumored scenarios, like rumored point systems. This way, I get a better idea in my head of what would work, because I don't really know how you fix what's going on. I don't mind the way it is now. I hate the way stage points work. I have to agree. Yeah, but you know, look at Truex last year to Harvick this year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I know Harvick has 8 wins.
Yeah, exactly.
But he won so many stage points that he was already in the round of 8.
I'm throwing this out there. Get your stage points. That's where you start in the playoffs. You get to the playoffs.
Each round they reset.
Exactly. You reset it. Yeah. But say, like you said, say, for example, Jimmy Johnson wins 8 stages this year. Okay, that's 8 points. Brad Keselowski goes out there and wins 7 stages. Yeah, I mean, that's high in stages, but you could obviously do that. Johnson will be here, Keselowski, then so forth. You get to that spot. Say you'll start 1 to 16. Restart them and have the 16 guys go out there on an even playing field. Maybe the guys with the win maybe get 2 points for having a win. Not this 8 points, 9 points. You get 5 wins, maybe 3 points or something. Something along those. Chase was 40 points out with a guarantee. He had to win his way in. But now with the penalty, now he can race his way in.
It's a long shot to race his way in, but he can mathematically race his way in.
Yeah, but that 40-point one, it was close.
I will say, Ryan, with Harvick's win, he did make a young fan's day.
That and by the way, how awesome was that? I Facebooked you and a couple other of our friends. The Twitter response to it was amazing. That, I mean, granted, yeah, the win got taken away, but guess what? That little boy's memories is not taken away.
Never.
And did you know he met Ronnie Childress earlier in the day?
Oh, that's crazy. He's like a good luck charm.
Yeah, he met Childress. He got his picture with Childress.
They probably need to bring that kid to Phoenix this weekend.
And or even Homestead.
Yeah.
But yes, that little boy right there was probably the most popular kid in school if he went to school on Monday, but if not Tuesday. And that was awesome. Harvick did the selfie, he got the picture with him. And I loved in Harvick's interview, he's like, you know what, we love doing this. We love doing it for our fans. I want to give back.
Well, he's won 8 times this season. How many more checkered flags do you need hanging up?
Yeah, and that's why he's like, hey, I need to, do something. Like, how the drivers are giving away flags right now to young kids. I love seeing that.
I think Harvick just, set the bar here.
Oh, yeah.
Next, you're going to see a kid riding around in one of the cars like Keelan was a couple weeks ago.
At Michigan, which was cool to see, by the way. But, yeah, looks like... excuse me, go ahead.
Ryan Blaney was really the only guy that could hold something close to Harvick, and even that wasn't enough.
Yeah, exactly. Harvick had Blaney had the speed, and it was just like, I know they repaved it, and the lanes haven't come in, but with as wide as the turn 1 and 2 is, imagine if they could get the groove all the way up to that wall. You could go 4 or 5 wide there almost. That's how wide it is.
You know, I thought Blaney actually had a shot when Suarez crashed setting up the overtime, but it just didn't matter. No one could hold anything to Harvick on Sunday.
Nope. And like you said, that's what happens when
Byron's rookie struggles continued, getting in with the 48.
That was pretty funny, actually.
It was ironic, of all things.
Yep.
Clinton Boyer again. And here's the problem I have. Boyer's playoff round hasn't gotten any better from last week or 2 weeks ago at Martinsville. But was the penalty worth being called, Ryan? I ask this because, for those that don't know, the fuel man was fueling the car. The only guy over the wall was the fuel man. Because there was another pit crew member sitting on the wall with his feet in the pit box.
Yeah, they called it over
the wall too soon.
I find it to be BS. It's a horse. He's
not servicing the car.
No, it's a catastrophic call.
He's not servicing the car. He's not servicing the driver. I think that needs to be reviewed in the offseason.
Oh yeah, same with Jimmy Johnson. He had a penalty even to start the race. They said he was supposed to go to the back of the field.
Yeah. I'm glad you reminded me.
Yep, rant.
Explain this to me. How are you going to send a guy to the back of the field and then after the race concludes go, we screwed up. He shouldn't have been in the back. Wait, what?
Steve Letarte talked to O'Donnell during the broadcast and was like, hey, I thought he wasn't supposed to go back there. And O'Donnell's like, no, there was a miscommunication.
Huh?
Well, if there's a miscommunication here, shouldn't NASCAR have stepped up prior to the green flag? Say they found out with 1 to go. Okay, the 48's not supposed to be back there. Throw the lights back on. Communicate down to Chad and the crew.
This is tippy top of NASCAR. You were at the top level. The man is a 7-time champion of your sport. And this is the highest level you can get in the sport right now. In the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. In the playoffs, nonetheless. You're going to screw up that bad?
Yeah,
I expect that at Daytona or Atlanta early in the season. Get it out of the way then. Now?
3 races.
Can you
with
imagine?
3 to go? At the time, 3 to go.
If this happened a week later to Harvick at Phoenix and the situation he's in now?
Yep. How about any of the playoff drivers for that matter?
And I think the worst part of it all, why the hell did you admit it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's when you kick under the rug and go, you know what? We screwed up. We ain't going to say it out loud.
Yeah, we'll stand by our call. It's a great call by NASCAR. Let's move on.
When the cars went by, they should have just yelled out a window, hey, we screwed up. 48 should have been up front, not in the back.
Especially when,
so no one could hear it.
Yeah, especially when they're at full sound. When you can't talk anyway. You're like, hey, what's going on?
Hey, we screwed up.
Hey, all right, yeah. That's just they screwed the pooch, so to speak, on that. AJ, there's something I want to ask you. 2-parter here. You know, Eric Almirola was mad.
Yes, I'm going to let you take it away here. Yep. You were very vocal to me about this incident between Eric Almirola and Joey Logano. Brian, explain to the listeners what happened and your thoughts.
All right. First of all, Eric Almirola, he's at a winnable car this year. He's in a winnable ride this year. He won a race. Hold on. Sorry, guys. My throat's drying up a little bit. But no, Eric Almirola, Joey Logano, going to, I think it's turn 1 or 2. Logano gets a good run on the outside, passes by him. Almirola gets right on the radio and said, that son of a bitch ran into me. He's already in Miami. Why does he want to take us out of it? I'm sorry. Joey Logano's doing what Joey Logano is doing, going out there and winning the race. And if you look at the replay, Logano was nowhere near him. And
you weren't even close.
No, I was wondering what the hell you were doing. You're doing safe. AJ's got the baseball fever now that Yankees might trade Stanton.
Not so fast.
Now he's back in college football mode. So, anyways,
No.
now he's in Caddyshack mode. So, after the race, they interview Almirola. Well, Logano's on my radar too. So you're doing the pre-race. It's Chris Devoda, Kyle Petty, and one of my drivers I like cheering for, Dale Jarrett. Older guy, raced with one of the dirtiest drivers. We all know him, Dale Sr. Put the bumper to you, get him out of the way.
Wait. Did you just call Dale Sr. dirty?
No, aggressive. How's that? How about dirty aggressive?
You were off the Loose Lugs podcast, so I'm going to need to find a new co-host for next
week. No. Dirty aggressive. How's that? Where he didn't care who you are, what you wanted. He was moving you either way.
He's not wrecking you on purpose. He's just meaning to rattle your cage a bit.
Well, she rattled a lot of cages, but here is my thing. Jarrett goes on and just blasting Almirola, and I was all for it. I think I tagged you in it. And Jarrett goes on just saying how he didn't think it was a dirty move. He was nowhere near it. Almirola needs to get his head out of his rear end, basically, watch the replay, and go for there. And this is where I have a question for you, AJ, because I'm sick and tired of these drivers now. You know what these drivers are nowadays? There's a couple of them that are not, but most of the drivers out there now are prima donnas. Tell me if I'm wrong. Do you think any of these drivers could have raced with the likes of a Yarbrough, a Petty, an Earnhardt, an Allison?
Excuse my French here, but it's a bunch of bitchy little girls lately.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It honestly is. I don't, like I've said, for the Martinsville one, I don't see anywhere in the rule book saying this guy has to be nice to me because he already advanced to Miami to let me pass him.
You're racing for the win, man. It's the trophy on the line, regardless.
Exactly.
Like you said, Logano didn't even touch him. Touch him.
Nowhere near him. And my question is to you, out of the guys that were in this race, how many of them could have raced against Dale Sr., Richard Petty, Yarbrough, the Allisons? How many of them could have done it in this field?
I think Harvick could.
Okay, I say Logano.
I don't think Logano can.
Johnson has.
I think Johnson could run with him. You know,
yep.
You're gonna really not like me for saying this, but I think Kyle Busch could race with him.
I was gonna say the same thing. I have to agree with you on that. Kozlowski.
Kyle has his moments where, you know, as we all know, he can whine about how he's raced, but man, yeah. Kyle Busch really fits in with that old school style racing.
Exactly. And it's like I've said, I know Larry Mack has said it on Race Up ton. I know there's other podcasts that said it. It's racing. Go out there and deal with it. And okay, this is this perfect scenario. Game 7, Stanley Cup Finals. Bruins up by 1 goal against the Los Angeles Kings. I'll just throw a Western Conference team out there. Boston is up 2-1 in the game with 50 seconds left. Are they supposed to pull the goalie to let LA score 2 goals and win Game 7 of the Stanley Cup? Your mic's on mute again.
It's not a gift, no.
No, and that's what these drivers think are going to be handed because I'm going to go past you.
Then again, Tampa and Toronto were complaining that Marchand was licking people.
I mean, I think there's video. I think there's video proof of that, though.
Yeah, no, there's video proof, but I mean, really, that's what you're going to complain about?
You're not going to complain about the officials or anything like that. But like I said, Almirola, I mean, I get it. It's pressure of him being in the playoffs. I think this is his first or second time in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it's his second.
And he's just complaining, like, why is he racing me hard? He's already going to Miami. Well, guess what? Last time I remembered, you're going out there to win.
Yeah, this is not a here you can have this trophy kind of thing, you know. Why do we have to treat racing with kid gloves now?
Mm-hmm. And I go back to, I think maybe it stems from early in the race when you see a guy coming who's got a faster car, you let him go by. I get that happens. But when it's go time, it's go time. You ain't passing me, I'm passing you.
No, I agree with you 100% on that.
And I got a shout out, by the way. Excuse me. Shout out to Parker Kligerman for getting back in a cup ride this weekend.
Yeah, it was good to see this weekend.
Yes, it was. I tweeted him the other day. I'm like, it was nice to see you back in a cup car. I mean, you're out there, you're running. You know, I mean, you're not the best equipment, but he likes to tweet. So yeah,
no, that's good.
That man's on Twitter all the time.
That's good. Your stage winners, Ryan, in this one. You want to just take a wild stab at your stage winners?
William Byron won the first one. Chase Elliott won 2, but Harvick won the race.
Close.
Damn. Oh, that's right. Harvick won all 3.
Harvick.
But technically, he didn't win it because of the penalty.
That's correct. Your top 5 were Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Eric Jones, Kyle Larson. Your standings entering the elimination race at Phoenix.
Yep.
Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick. Your 4 that are out: Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, Eric Almirola, and Ryan Blaney, Clint Boyer.
Oh.
I'm an idiot.
Nah, we all are. So
who makes it in out of those 4 if you see it happening?
Chase.
And do you see Kevin Harvick not making it to Homestead?
I see Harvick making it. I see the 78 out. I still see Truex out. Harvick, he runs. Put it this way, he runs too good at Phoenix not to make it into the next round.
I'll give you that.
I mean, yeah, I know Gibson's going to be on the pit box this weekend, but like I said, Harvick runs too good not to make it to the Final 4.
No, I'll give you that. Your next race is this Sunday, ISM Raceway, 2:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC.
Nice to see the race on NBC.
Let's get into some tire rub and break some news.
All right.
Left side. Pull this left fender out, left side.
So it's not so much breaking news anymore, but I still want to play the sound effects, so give me a second here. Martin Truex Jr. and Cole Pearn have officially came out and have said where they're going next season. I know we keep talking about it every week on the show, but it has been announced that in 2019, the driver of this year's number 78 is taking over Daniel Suarez's ride in the number 19 at Joe Gibbs Racing next year. Cole Pearn, of course, is going with them. Hey, Ryan. Not
hey, AJ. No, not at all. They said, I did hear one thing, they're not going to announce sponsorship until a couple weeks from now. I think maybe after the season they're going to announce primary sponsorship. I think it's still going to be the 19 car. They did say that they are going to try to get some of the people from the 78 team over to the 19 team.
I say just transfer all of them over.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Why the hell would you want to get rid of the chemistry?
Yeah, I agree.
But that's no big secret. There was a rumor going around too. I don't know if you've heard this, but they're thinking Suarez to Stewart-Haas Racing next year.
Not a good fit, I don't think.
No, I don't think so either.
I think whoever takes over that 41 is just a placeholder for Cole Custer.
Yep.
Speaking of former drivers of the number 19 car, we mentioned it earlier, Carl Edwards hints at a possible return to NASCAR. Like you said, not full-time.
Yep.
The Truck and Xfinity Series unveiled new Chevy body styles for 2019.
I saw those. They look really nice too. I like the truck design.
The truck design really looks good.
Yes, it does.
Some kind of shocking news this week, Ryan. Fanatics is ending trackside deal with NASCAR. Does this mean the haulers are coming back full time, like in full?
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it. I mean, I like the first year without the trailers at the track, like it was interesting. Prices were a little bit high on it, but my brother from the kitchen, little bit. But I'm glad.
Fanatics is still going to run the NASCAR shop, and
yeah, of
they're
course.
just ending the trackside deal with the tents and their haulers. I would walk out of the track spending a pretty decent amount of money at those haulers.
Yeah. I bought the Michigan flag that I have signed by all the Roush drivers, and you get more than just the Roush drivers on it. That, like in the Fanatics trailer, was like almost $45 to $50, and I'm like, oh man, I didn't know this is going to be that much. Holy cow!
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
But love the trailers. Glad they're back.
I don't know if the trailers are back. I'm not sure yet. I'm speculating that I'm assuming that the trailers are coming back.
Well, I know a lot of things too. I don't know if you've noticed when you go to the track, you like say you're looking at Hendrick. Obviously, Chase has got his own trailer, but Byron and Bowman's trailer were combined. Keselowski, Blaney, and Logano's, those trailers were combined. I think Kyle had his own trailer, but the rest of the Gibbs guys' trailer were combined. I don't mind it as long as you have enough merch for all the drivers.
Yeah, and I didn't mind the little tents they had set up either, because you kind of could go up into it's almost like a little mall. You can kind of go in and look at what you want and bring it up to the counter, all like that, do it all in one swing. With the haulers, it's kind of difficult. You get all the way up to the front, and then you see nothing that piques your interest, and you're like, oh, I waited in line for nothing. I want the haulers back, though. Or
you go to the side of the hauler and you look and you see something you like and you just cut right on in.
Yeah.
and that's how I got my Chase Elliott Watkins Glen winning shirt. Woo!
You're an ass.
And guess what? Proud of it.
Poor people.
And I'm proud of it, man. You know what I was like? I'm like, Loose Lugs podcast coming through.
Gonna give you a shirt to wear to the next race.
That's right.
And the final piece of news, Ryan, we have Ally Financial, formerly GMAC, will be Jimmy Johnson's 2019 primary sponsor.
Nice sponsor to have. I was kind of hoping for Red Bull.
Well, GMAC is, they used to be partnered with Hendrick many years ago. When Brian Vickers and Casey Mears were driving for him. Was it Jerry Nadeau, too? No, Jerry Nadeau didn't race for... It was Joe Nemechek. I think Joe Nemechek when he was racing.
Front Row Joe?
Yeah, Front Row Joe. I think he had GMAC on a couple cars.
When's one pulling named Front Row Joe?
And that's all I got for news.
All right, yeah. Let's see if I heard anything on the programs today. No, nothing really. I mean, still more I personally think the Carl Edwards thing, I think he should do an Xfinity.
Number 9.
I mean, yeah, share a ride with Matt in the Xfinity series, and if Matt wants to drive still, maybe bring another young kid up from maybe the ARCA series or even the truck series. Ease them into the full time for the following year in that car.
Solid idea. All right.
Well, thank you.
Let's get into some social media, Ryan.
All right.
All right, social media update this week. 894 downloads on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher. 256 followers on Twitter. 58 likes on Facebook. 21 subscribers on YouTube. New follower shoutouts this week. Justin Thompson. Justin Thompson at JETomps72. And this is one I knew I was going to get wrong, so if I get it wrong, please let me know. Sean Flahaven at Flahaven. One of the two. Podcast shoutouts this week include the Lap Traffic Podcast, the PTM Podcast, the My Opinion Therefore Fact Podcast, All Turns No Breaks, the 3 Wide Show, the Side Draft Podcast, and Masscast. Some places you can find us on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, and YouTube. Put in your search bar the Loose Lugs Podcast. Make sure you subscribe, follow, rate, turn on the notification bell so this way you get notified every time we upload new content. On Twitter, we are at Lugs Podcast. You can tweet us about the show using the hashtag LugsPod. And on Facebook, we are, in your search bar, the Loose Lugs Podcast. Our personals, myself, Greg Youssef 150, and Ryan.
Rencola 88.
All right, Ryan, it is your turn to rant about whatever you may please. What do you got?
By the way, before I get started, like I said, hope everybody's been doing good, especially the holidays coming up. My favorite time of the year, Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday. Love it. Spend time with family, eat some great food. Unfortunately, we watch the Lions every year and the Cowboys, but we're trying to get over that fact. But it's still football. If you haven't checked it out, make sure to check out the Lap Traffic Podcast. They did a very good episode here past weekend talking about Texas. A very good show right there. I mentioned it to AJ to have him give a listen to it this week when he gets time. Go ahead, AJ. I think you wanted to say something.
No, I just wanted to say a happy Veterans Day this Sunday to all the vets out there.
Yes, happy Veterans Day. Very, very true. Everybody that protects and serves our country. The rant this week. Well, I got the little bit of the rants off my chest about the drivers complaining about being raced too hard. I know I've said this in the past episodes about drivers complaining that they're getting raced too hard. Well, guess what? If you want to go into the final race of the year, and if Martin Truex or Almirola make it in there, but they don't want Logano in it and they take him out on purpose, what are the odds, AJ, for them possibly getting damage done to their car as well?
Well, I think I said it earlier. Truex, if he wants to go and retaliate at Homestead, you're going to screw up your chances of winning the race too.
Yeah, exactly. You're finishing higher out of the rest of the guys you're racing with. It's just getting to the point right now where these drivers need to either A, shut up and drive, or B, be aggressive like others past. I remember the saying, and I think you do remember it. Drivers are, what was it? Hats off, gloves off. What was it? It was hats off or gloves off? Gloves off. Where's that motto at right now? Where is that motto at right now? It's like I said, it's prima donna is what it is, and it's driving me insane. One other thing, watching the Detroit Football Lions game on Sunday, I think we call it a professional football team, and the announcer is complaining that the Lions traded Golden Tate. So the local sports gentleman here got a really good show on Nice. Thank you. Good show on 97 won the ticket here in Detroit. Is bashing this guy. He's like, you're paid to be a color comment or a play-by-play man, not a color commentator, not a GM. And that's what he is. He's like, why did the Lions trade Golden Tate? Why did the Lions trade Golden Tate? Why did the Lions trade Golden Tate?
Let's speak about commentators. How about Troy Aikman going off on the Cowboys this week?
Oh man, how about that? That was really good. I definitely enjoyed Troy going off. I don't think he's going to be back to Jerry's world anytime soon, if you ask me.
No, I don't think Jerry wants him back anytime soon either.
And the thing is, too, with this commentator, too, is they do, how they promote. Fox is doing a lot of college football now. He goes off and says, the 10th ranked mighty Ohio State University Buckeyes. Mighty. You got blown out by Purdue. Excuse me.
And my hot take of Nebraska beating Ohio State almost came true.
It did. It did. I mean, how could you call them that? I mean, okay, yes. Guess what? I can't stand their guts, but guess what? They do have a good program. They do have a good football program. I don't like them. I can't stand them. Guess what? Give credit where it's due. But guess what? Not this year. They're not. And it's just, ugh. And it's like, consider like I was trying to think of anything that like really got underneath my skin other than the drivers complaining about being raced too hard yet again. And by the way, enough with the 500-mile races at mile and a half. I'm still sticking to that until they finally change it. And
400-mile race.
Yep. And I know, AJ, there was something on your mind I think you wanted to rant about.
No, I got mine out of the way.
Something about it starts with an S and ends with an S. What we're in, the type of racing we're in right now. Because you sent me a message on Sunday. It says, I hate
shit shows?
No, stage racing.
Oh, stage racing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got that out of the way earlier, though. But I'm tired of stage racing.
They got to do some tweaks to it. I have to give them that 2 years. Do some tweaks.
Because, you know what? I remember what it was now. Yeah. Stage racing. All right.
AJ's got a rant. Here we go, folks. Hold on. I have to. And go.
So, this is the conversation that I had with Ryan this weekend, and I just opened up the messages again, so this way I have my math in front of me. I did some research, some numbers research. This is why I hate stage racing. 2 drivers have combined for 28 stage wins. 33 stages have been won by the Big Three, and there's only 72 possible stage wins in a full 36-race season. I'm tired of knowing who the Final Four is going to be before we even get to the playoffs. And I only say that because it's the same... I'm trying to collect the words in the right form, the right placement.
Like the right order?
It's the same system that you had when it wasn't the Chase. And even before that, when it was Winston Cup, basically. You know,
all right.
Yeah, it's good that we don't know who the champion is till Homestead anymore, but really? Just reset the points at Homestead.
Yeah.
Not reset the points, but reset all the points when you hit a certain point in the playoffs. Like, you know, this round, the round of 8. Reset all the points. You have your top Elite 8 drivers.
You know what they could do? I just thought of it. Go into the playoffs, have those points right there. You get into the playoffs, reset the stage wins.
Or that. I agree with that.
Reset the stage wins, and then you go to the final 8 right here, which we're at right now. Then reset it. Then
that's how you get drama, right there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I got for ranting.
And like I said, I don't mind stage racing. It keeps the field together. But what was it this weekend? 87 and 87. They still had over 250 laps left of racing in stage 3.
Yeah, because it's half the race is the final stage usually.
I personally wouldn't mind seeing stage 3 be a shootout, a 20-lap shootout.
50 laps.
Yeah, 50 laps.
50-lap shootout.
Why not? Go to a dirt track or your local short track Saturday night. Them races are fun as hell to watch.
Oh yeah, they are. But Ryan, we got some predictions to make.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Let's get into the white flag.
Let's go.
Keep working the mirrors. In line with you. Coming to the white. Only 2.
All right, so the white flag, here's where we go over our predictions for ISM Raceway, formerly known as Phoenix International Raceway. We have the Truck Series on Friday night. Ryan, who are you going with?
Brett Moffitt.
Going with Brett Moffitt. I already said I'm going with Noah Gregson. On the Xfinity side, Ryan.
Let's go Justin Allgaier.
Damn it.
Fine, Daniel Hemrick.
No, it's fine. You can stick with Allgaier. I'll go with Daniel Hemrick.
You ass.
On the Cup Series, Ryan, who are you going with?
Let's go. Because I know you're going to take him. I won't take Chase Elliott.
Damn it. You already told who I was going to pick. Fine, I'm picking Chase Elliott.
There you go. And who's your dark horse?
A 41 of Kurt Busch.
Really? The two guys out right now.
Method to my madness.
Yeah. Let's see here. I hate doing it, but give me the 4.
And your sleeper?
Clint Boyer.
I'm surprised you didn't go with Almirola or Bowman.
Yeah, Showman does run good.
But
that's why I wish right now that Bowman would have made it to this round, because it would have been interesting. Anything you're looking forward to the
I've got a bold prediction.
All right, here we go. Let's hear it. Yeah.
Kevin Harvick does not make it to Homestead.
All right.
Harvick will not get through Phoenix as a championship contender.
Just because not having shoulders on the box.
I think that plays into it. I think he's going to be under heavy scrutiny, so they can't do the adjustments to the car the way they want to.
My thing is, I'm interested to see how the track's going to run, if it's going to run any different than years past, with the old the start finish line being what is now considered the backstretch, I think is what they're calling it. If it's running the same, then Harvick, yeah.
I know where you're coming from, but I think this is a lot of pressure.
Oh yeah, definitely a lot of pressure.
I don't think Harvick's really had to face this kind of pressure yet.
No, not at all.
So let's see how he performs with the back against the wall.
Yeah, definitely.
But Ryan,
yeah.
Anything you want to say before we sign off here?
Go Blue.
You all got a big game this weekend, don't you?
Oh yeah, Rutgers University. Woo, the Scarlet Knights.
Give me Rutgers by 10.
Have you seen what the spread is?
Probably 14.5, 20.
Go higher.
What was it? I think Clemson is favorite. The college game day is it the Clemson-Boston College game in Boston College?
That's where they're at. This game day is going to be in.
Clemson is a 14.5 point favorite.
Let's just say Michigan's higher than that. The last higher.
30.
Higher.
40?
Right there. Wow. We're a 40-point favorite against Rutgers. You know what Rutgers is? I'm trying to think it. Who's a bad NFL team? The Cleveland Browns, the Detroit Lions, the Buffalo Bills of the Big Ten is what Rutgers is. But yeah, that's Ovi just scored. But yeah, nothing I really gotta say. I mean, hopefully everybody enjoys the 3-day weekend at Phoenix with the trucks, Xfinity, and Cup.
That it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well,
guys, like I said, I hope everybody's enjoying the weekend, getting ready for some holidays. Here we're in that silly season. Guys, we'll see everybody at the racetrack.
Only 2 more episodes this season, y'all. We're hitting the end of it.
We're going to have more in the off season, I think so. I think we're going to have a busy.
For the season, we have 2 more episodes left.
Hard to believe 2 races left, and it started, February?
It's been a long time. Taking it back into it.
Yes, it has. Been to 2 races. You've been to 2 races this year.
Yeah.
I would like to go to Miami, but
I can't. I'll be in Tennessee. In fact, next week is the last episode of the season where I'll be in this chair.
Ah, yes.
Because the next one I'll be in Tennessee. Where I'm going to do a show from there. Our final.
You're going to be recording in Tennessee.
Tennessee.
That's right. I've been to Tennessee before, man. I've been to Bristol. That's right. That's the track that's on my bucket list again.
With that being said, Ryan, special thanks to Tony, Dub, everyone who chatted with us in our chat, everyone who listened. Even if you didn't say anything, we appreciate you listening. Everyone listening on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher, thank you so much. We appreciate all of you.
Yes, we do.
With that
Sorry about my voice.
No,
sorry about my voice.
All good. Thank you once again to all the veterans out there. Have a happy Veterans Day this Sunday.
Yes, indeed.
That is your day, and we have nothing but respect for all of you veterans out there. And that's it for me. Everyone enjoy a weekend out in the desert.
Watch out for rattlesnakes.
Yes, sir.